Oh,
and your talking lips on. Everybody put their talking lips on. Because we're going to talk.
I'm more with them.
All right, Rich, we're not going to have you like sometimes you be sitting here looking at us the whole show. We're going to need you to talk tonight.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
You're going to talk about Deadpool, right? You watched the Deadpool and Wolverine movie?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And you watched the Olympic opening ceremony, correct?
Yes, I did.
That's right. We're going to talk about all of that. But before that, we got some wacky, crazy, zany news stories to talk about right now. What's up with these sirens? What the hell is going on? Breaking my concentration. You guys know that there's a movie called Twister? Twister?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a remake of the old Twister?
I believe so.
With who was in that movie? Dick, was that Sean Penn?
I don't remember. I never watched that movie.
I never watched it either because
even if it wasn't a remake, it was a remake.
You think the Twister was? Oh, you mean like there's tons of Twister movies?
I mean, there's only so much you can do with a tornado.
Oh my God, it's coming!
Unless you put sharks in.
That's right. That's when they got innovative. When they got Sharknado. I don't like disaster movies. They scare me. So I mean, well, Twister is not. That's not like a. I don't like apocalyptic movies. That's the ones that scare me. I get freaked out. Yeah, when like in the trailer where you see the wave go up to the Statue of Liberty's head in every. I don't like that. I don't like when. That freaks me out. But listen to this, right? So you guys know what 4DX is? It's like immersive theater experience, right? So I want to do this.
Yes.
I don't know if we could do this. We got to see if we could try this. We got to look for this. But they're doing a 4DX showing for Twister, right? Where they have wind, they have rain, they have all these elements that make you think you're in the disaster. I mean, it sounds like if your chair is shaking all over the place. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that sounds
great.
Come
on, you don't like water parks?
Not to watch a movie. I'm not interested in getting wet while watching a movie.
You wouldn't go see this.
I'll do it as a group, as experience.
Dick?
But I am not interested in getting fucking wet in a movie theater.
We may not be able to see it because I know Dick's going on a Disney cruise, and we will discuss that when you come back. So hopefully we get to see it. But anyway, listen to this crazy shit, right? So people go in the 4DX Twister experience in Syracuse,
Let's tell Jay
New York.
and not tell her that's what it's about.
Yeah, let's just bring Jasmine and not even tell her anything.
Yes.
Start shaking around. So people go in, right, like we're going to do, and they go in, they go, oh, we're going to do this crazy immersive experience. It's going to be so much fun, right? So they go, right? Wind's coming at hey. All of a sudden, people start running out of the theater and crying and coughing because somehow, okay, it was never explained in the article I read. Somehow, motherfucking Mace got let loose in the theater and just totally got all over everybody.
Oh,
just
that's terrifying.
Maced everybody in the face. Like, you're sitting there thinking, oh, this is so much fun. Then just bam, you get this, your eyes start stinging. Like, can you imagine that, bro? Everybody started to run. People in the top were like, what the hell? Like, it's just not real. Why are they running out? And then they start smelling the pepper spray. They brought the fire department in with like an air reader to make sure the pepper spray was out of the air. One person was hospitalized, and I think 10 people were like eval'd at the movie theater. But I mean, is this a lawsuit or not?
That's definitely a lawsuit.
What?
I think so.
How the hell?
Easy lawsuit.
How does this even? I can't wait to find out how this happened. Did somebody have pepper spray on them? But even if you did, like, this has to be done on purpose, right?
It has to be. Yeah, you can't just.
This is like those YouTubers that go, hey, today I'm gonna go in the mall and I'm gonna harass somebody. They probably, today we're gonna go on Twister, we're gonna mace everybody. That's probably what happened. We're gonna see it was like some YouTubers when the video comes out and they're gonna get arrested for that shit.
There's just gonna be a prankster that worked there.
Yeah,
they have to have access to all that equipment.
You guys ever see that video of the prankster in the mall? He like harasses the guy and the guy shoots him.
And he got shot?
Yeah, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, that was great.
It was awesome, right? So yeah, I mean, this has to be.
Which guy was that? Was that the guy that blows kisses across the escalator?
No,
that won't get you shot.
That was more harmless. This guy was like putting a phone up to this dude's head and playing like Cocomelon or something. I don't know what the fuck he was playing. Oh. But the guy was like, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Asking him, please leave me alone. Yeah.
Kept following him. Bang! Shot him right in the mall. Epic.
Just turn.
Epic
great.
move. It was sick. So anyway, this That's my line of thinking. There's got to be like, it's a prank, bro. Like, how does this even happen? All 11 people should be getting some big money out of this, though. I would hope so, right?
11 people, damn, that's a lot of money.
Well, 1 hospitalized and 10 got eval'd, so it's got to be 11 people. Plus, I mean, there was like 40 people in the theater total, so I don't know what the other 30 are going to get. What they'll probably do is the Regal Cinema will go, oh my God, we're so sorry. We're going to give you 2 free tickets to your next, to Deadpool and Wolverine. And we'll give you a free popcorn bucket. That's how big business usually do it. Since we're on that, I wasn't going to talk about that right away. CrowdStrike is a internet protection company. Is that right, Pastor?
I guess that's one of the things they do.
Right. So CrowdStrike is this internet protection company, and they are the reason that we had this big outage of electronics about a week ago when I was in North Carolina. Dick and I kept hearing about, flights canceled for 4 days, banks down. Come to find out, it's this cybersecurity firm, CrowdStrike, but that runs all these people's electronics. I sound like a boomer saying that. I don't know what it is. Like their electronics, their devices. And why did this go down?
It's their data protection so that no one can just hack into it. So that's what their job is.
How did they end up ruining everybody's thing, though?
Apparently, from what I heard, is that they didn't update the software.
Okay. Think you would do that.
And one was that they didn't update the software. And then another theory, which I think is the right one, is that basically somebody inputted the wrong number into the system, and it messed up the whole thing, and it triggered a blue screen all over the multiple countries, hospitals, like you said, banks, schools, any major corporation that uses this software, this company got affected. Not everybody at the same time, but like majority.
Pretty insane, right? I mean, that we all thought it was China, though.
Really?
I mean, everybody, right? Like, oh my God, that's the first thing you think about. China, Russia. That's the first thing everybody thinks about. Everybody that's like 40 and up, they're ready to blame China for this, and they're ready to blame. I saw another article about another internet security firm or something that had a North Korean hacker working for them, and they didn't know it, and he was uploading malware into the system. I don't think it was this company, though. It was a whole nother company that had, a bunch of data, and they hired some North Korean guy. They didn't even know it. He probably used an American name and an American resume. And they said that they were calling him because they were like, oh, we see something off with your computer. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, no, I'm just troubleshooting something. It's running a little weird. I'm just, making sure everything's right. My man was uploading some malware ready to take their shit down. So I don't think it was the same story, but this also happened around the same time. Absolutely crazy. Like we said, flights delayed, hospitals, people probably died on the the dial on the machines, and it was pretty crazy. But so the people at the company that weren't responsible, the workers, the cogs and the nuts and bolts of the operation, the guys really pulling the weight, had to do a lot of work apparently while this was going on. They were troubleshooting, they were getting things together, and shout out to them, they were doing a great job. This wasn't their fault, but the main guy in charge, the heads of the company, said, you guys did a great job. I read an article about this. This is crazy, right? They're like, you guys did a phenomenal job saving our asses and getting things back to normal. We're going to give you all a $10 Uber Eats card.
No, get out of here.
Bro.
Are you serious?
Bro.
America.
CrowdStrike gave their employees each a 10, and they said, hey, the next snack is on us. That's what they said. Bro, you can't get a peanut with $10 on Uber Eats. $10 on Uber Eats is the fee for them to come to your house, bro. This is how out of touch these people are, these elite, these CEOs. And I don't really talk like this, but this is more Dick's range here, what I'm saying. But this is how out of touch they are.
You're catching up.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting older. Like I was telling the pastor earlier. Now I'm sitting around. I'm listening to political shows. I'm watching golf, smoking cigar. I'm catching up. I'm already
old, bro.
I'm getting
I'm
30 going on 40 right now. But this is how out of touch these CEOs are, that they think $10 will make a dent in a Uber Eats order. Bro, even if you got Uber Eats whatever plus premium.
Yeah.
You ain't getting shit for $10, bro.
Nothing. Nothing.
What the?
That's the tip.
We got to hit our first one of the day.
Now you know you're retarded.
Come on, bro. And then when everybody tried to use them, they didn't even work. So people tried to use them and they didn't even work because Uber Eats was like, nah, this is too big of an order. Like, y'all scam. Like, this is a big scam. So they shut it down, thinking that this was like a joke or something. That this was like a scam that they were trying to take advantage of.
Because they were ordering from the same location.
Because they probably ordered like, $1,000, which is nothing
They
to
probably
them.
were like, yo, how about we all pull all our gift cards together?
How much do you think they
And we make a
really
piece of
spent
art.
though, right? How much they gave everybody $10 a piece? How many employees could there be? What do you think they spent? 1,000 at most? At most,
I don't know,
1,000,
I mean, how
right?
biggest.
I would be generous, just generous, and be like, it was 3 bands.
You think 3 bands, which is nothing. Drop in the
That's
bucket,
nothing.
a sneeze,
That's
a
it.
drop in the ocean for these people. How absolutely, we got to hit it one more time for these guys.
Now you know you're retarded.
Wow. Here's something else crazy going on. Everybody look up in the sky and everybody wave. Everybody look up, wave, Dick. Wave up, wave at the sky. We're waving
Hi,
at
Jesus.
the astronauts who are stuck in space right now. They've been stuck up there for 49 days, 41 days longer than they were supposed to be there. And do you know why they're stuck there?
Don't tell me it's because of Boeing.
They're in a Boeing aircraft. I mean, and the article didn't say that's why, but they definitely specified, hint, wink, wink,
Boeing.
that they were in a Boeing aircraft. They have a helium leak or something like that. So there's like a shit leaking in there. I think it's helium. I think so. I don't know. Are they all? Are they like do they have that voice now that helium's in? Like, we're stuck up here right now.
NASA, come get us.
Please come help us. I think it's. Let me see what it is. The Boeing ride is full
Prayers
of
and
leaks.
wishes go out to all the astronauts' families. I hope that they make it back to land safely. But
Yeah,
you should all start
it's
asking
helium
Boeing.
leaks. So what are they just laughing and I can't believe we're stuck up here. Fucking fuck Boeing. Fuck these fucking guys. They sound like South Park characters. Apparently, they're doing fine. They have enough resources up there to last, and they're doing test runs right now. I don't know how they're doing this. I'm not Elon Musk, so I can't tell you, but they're doing these tests to make sure that it's safe for them to come back down. I thought getting stuck in an elevator was bad. At least I'm on Earth when I'm in an elevator. I'd rather be stuck in an elevator for a week than be stuck in space for any amount of time.
I don't think you really can compare the two.
I can compare it right now.
I think you could compare them. I
Have you
think
ever
there's a
been-
higher chance of being rescued in an elevator than in space.
You're
At
screwed.
least a 99% chance. As long as those wires don't break, you can get out of a fucking elevator. But I
think that's what Pastor's
space?
saying. I think that's what Pastor's saying, that this is not even comparable because it's so
Yeah,
easy
it's
to get
not
out.
comparable.
It is comparable to me, okay? I don't like elevators. I've been stuck in them with many people. It was terrifying. It was terrible. I hated it. But this gotta be. I mean, this is a new fear unlocked. They say. I think there's definitely like a movie with Matthew McConaughey where you get stuck up there, right? And he's crying and screaming. I always wanted to watch it, but
as he would be.
that's another
As
one
he
that
should
would.
be.
That's another one that would freak me out. Is to watch a movie about people stuck. I wouldn't like that. It would give me an anxiety attack. I would need to take a Xanax watching that movie. That would freak me the hell out. To watch people stuck, like watching, that movie with Ryan Reynolds when he was stuck in the coffin. I couldn't watch that also because it was boring.
What movie was that?
I think it was called like Coffin. He was stuck in the coffin. It was like I don't even know. Like I think he just died at the end. It's like no point. Nothing actually happened at all. But for the first 5 minutes, you're like, oh my god, I can't watch this. It's claustrophobic, and then you just get bored. But I mean,
What's
shout out
funny
to
is you brought up Elon Musk, and you just made me think about his beautiful relationship with his new daughter.
Oh yeah, he's lamenting the fact that his daughter's trans, right?
Yeah, apparently
daughter
out of
came
12
out-
kids, it's so bad that one kid turns out gay
Well, it's not gay. It's
or
trans.
transitions
It's a lot. It's a big difference.
or anything, So, hey,
There's
shout out to
a
you, Elon.
family
Chill the fuck
family
out.
rivalry right now going on. Yeah, Elon Musk is not happy that his son is now a daughter, and I got nothing to say about that. That's family business. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to say?
They put it on X.
Of course, he runs X. Of course, he's
and
gonna
the daughter came on and responded to his response.
Yeah, I forgot what she said. I don't know. She's like 8, right? Something like that.
Is she 8? I don't know her age.
She's like
She's
8.
that
Well-
young and she's transitioning.
Yeah. Oh, don't question. Don't start. You're gonna
Do
get
not,
us
do
canceled.
not.
Don't get us
Not here.
canceled. Uh-oh. You can't talk about that. You cannot mention how absurd that is. Don't. Shh.
All right, okay.
Shh. That's for your show, pal.
Can we go back to CrowdStrike for just a second?
Sure, pal.
So I looked up as of January 31st, 2024. CrowdStrike Holdings had 7,925 employees.
How much?
7,925.
Okay, let's
What's
do
the math
some,
on that?
let's
Do we
some
do-
math.
we
Let's do some
divide
math.
that by
So
10?
at $10 a person, that would be $79,250.
Don't even do it then. Don't even do it. If you don't got it, don't even.
I mean,
do
what,
it.
like, why does each and every single employee need? No,
$10.
I don't know. But what I would like to, because you had
You know they
mentioned-
could have paid these people in quarters, right? Like there's another trick to do this. Is like you can promise your employees a nice tactic for the situations like this is to break it into quarters and say because of this, everybody's entitled to a certain amount of money. We're going to put a little bonus in for everybody. And you can just break it into quarters and everybody gets their money sooner than later.
Quarters? Oh, like break it, like give it one at a time, a couple at a time.
Yeah, like a few hundred here, then a few hundred the next quarter, and then follow on and so on and so on and that is until it's completed.
I think your mic
that-
went. Oh no, you're good. I think your mic is back in. You sound like an.
So,
Yeah,
so when
so-
you started the episode, you had said that I might know something about CrowdStrike, and I would, given a heads up, I could have refreshed my memory, but I did a search of CrowdStrike, the Gray Zone,
Okay.
and there are 4 articles about CrowdStrike on the Gray Zone,
As it should.
and I go back to 2021, and I'll just read the titles of these articles. CrowdStrike, one of Russiagate's biggest culprits, ex-House investigator says. The other one is with Clinton lawyer charge, the Russiagate scam is now under indictment. The other one is hidden Russian gate docs expose more misconduct, evidentiary holes, ex-investigator. So CrowdStrike was involved in Russiagate. And the last one is bombshell. CrowdStrike admits no evidence Russia stole emails from the DNC server.
Wait, they were saying that they were accused of stealing emails.
Well, I think that they were saying that Russia did steal them.
Oh, and what was Russiagate again? When Russia was accused of tampering with our election?
Tampering of the election.
Was that true or not? It was not true, right?
No,
That's
no.
not
It was proven not to be true.
That's not true.
People will say it's partly true because there were some Russian bots to the tune of $104,000 that just had like memes like Bernie Bro and this and that were run after the election. And I mean, it wasn't the government, the Russian government, it was Russian computer people trying to get clicks on their clickbait.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about it, but it all fell out of my head at this point. I don't remember.
It's
It was like a bunch of like a bunch of ads, right? That they were putting out apparently.
Yeah.
But wasn't it?
Memes,
So wait,
ads, and
was
just,
this
like,
the same thing that
regular
happened? Was this Cambridge Analytica? The whole thing with them?
they were a part of it too.
What did they do? Cambridge Analytica got in big trouble, right?
Yeah, I forgot what they did.
But they
It
were
was
a
either
part of this.
CrowdStrike or Cambridge Analytica that used the same tactics they were using during the election on a candidate for Senate or Congress in like Mississippi or Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, I the documentary was really good, but I can't recall what it was. Well, you just pulled up an article there, and I need you to pull up the article that I just sent you a little bit prior to the show. This is out of control. Crow, you were just talking about the RNC. You were talking about the Republican National Convention in Grindr. Were you not? What were you telling me about that?
Yeah. So basically, this whole thing came out where basically, apparently, when the conference is held, it is one of the best times for the Grindr app, because a lot of the representatives, the people that come to the conference, are actually low key on DL on Grindr
On the
and meeting up with
DL.
each other.
Got
And
the
there was a
Republicans
video
on the DL.
online of a man who made an account, and he was showing all these other accounts being like 0 foot right next to him, and no matter where he moved and where he swiped. So basically, this whole thing, apparently RNC thing, is full of a bunch of DL men.
Republicans are on the DL. That hotel must be bumping at night, huh?
And it must have been bumping. Must have been plenty of music
Fun
and
stuff
screams.
going on at the hotel. I see you.
Hey.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong
we're
with a
clipping
bump
that.
and grind out here.
We're clipping that. Wow, that's good for them. Good for them. And you were saying
Good for them.
did they ban Grindr from the Olympics or something?
Oh, I did not see that.
Oh, I thought you said
But
that. I thought you said that. My bad.
But if that's something you heard, that
No.
is
I thought you
crazy.
said that. I thought you and I had a conversation about Grindr and the Olympics, but forget about it. So speaking of Grindr,
but they're in Paris, so Grindr would be bumping in Paris.
Do you remember what they were calling it though?
Grindr.
Because I covered it on one of my episodes, and the article was saying that Grindr was calling it like Grindr Getting, like Armageddon or something like that.
Oh, at the
Really?
RNC, at the Republican National Convention?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
oh.
They had like a term for it.
I didn't see, but I mean,
Yeah.
shout out to y'all. Y'all doing it, tops and bottoms.
They making
and
money. They got a bunch of money.
Whether you a
that
top,
every
whether
year
you
around
a
that time
bottom,
period.
don't matter to me. Have a good
Hey, a lot
time.
of your ladies, a lot of your husbands got their asses up in the air. Help them out. Might as well do it yourself, ladies. Damn.
I'll tell you
You
what,
know
the
what they
RNC
want.
was pretty wild this year. We did watch it. Did you watch it, Crow?
I watched bits and pieces of it.
I mean, it was pretty lit, if you would say.
The Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan was ripping his
Amber
shirt
Rose
off.
was good.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, but it was
I
probably.
listened to Trump's speech.
Did you finish it?
How much of it?
No,
Yeah,
I
it was-
basically did like 30 minutes of it.
It shouldn't
Yeah,
even
that's where
been
I
30
stopped.
minutes, right? The speech should have been like
He
15
should have stopped
minutes.
at 20 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy was
On cloud of
when
1,000.
he came out, he was floating on a cloud. All he had to come out was take the applause, say a couple words, and go back in, and he could have ridden that wave for at least 2
You know what I would have done?
Yeah.
You know what I would have
Yeah.
done? This is me. That would have been a day off for anybody. You could, because first of all, Trump could have. He's gonna say the same talking points at every
Yes, that's true.
speech. They're gonna say the same thing. This is why I said I wasn't gonna watch the second debate when I thought it was gonna be with I'm about to call him Bernie Biden, because I know they're gonna talk about immigration. They're gonna talk about the economy, the same talking points, right?
But did you not watch that?
No, I watched the first debate, and that's why I said
Okay.
I'm not going to watch the
Okay.
second one. Now that I know it's with
Okay.
Kamala, I'm going to watch the second one. But remind me to
Okay.
talk about her before we talk about the Olympics, because she says some wacky shit as usual. She came out swinging. Now that she's the nominee. So yeah, I mean, he's going to talk about the same talking points, right? Why not just come out and just go, I ain't going anywhere. And they would have erupted. The place would have lost their fucking minds if you would have came out and said,
fell out of every
I ain't
Republican's
going
ass.
anywhere. They would have, yeah. They would have, yeah. He's like, oh, that guy, he's fucking dead, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to take our country back. Yeah. And then I would have walked off. I would have said 3 things, walked out. My man, you ever seen the cartoons where they pull out the sheet of paper and it drags? What's that shit called? That big
scroll?
My man
scroll,
pulled out 2
yeah.
scrolls and said, all right, everybody, get ready. And so we're going to be, we watched it at my house, right? Everybody was in front of TV. Then my dad goes to bed. My mom is nodding out. 20 minutes later, she goes to bed. Dick and I are watching, and he just goes, I can't do it. I can't even do this. And the only reason I kept watching for any minute because I was heating up food and I could not change it. I could not even, I changed it one, two.
I was just so disgusted that he wasted.
Yeah.
He
man.
wasted that moment.
Listen, Big D, he knows how to do it. He knows how to talk. He knows how to rile a crowd. He just went on a little too long that night, or a lot too long. I mean,
Way
Kid
too
Rock
long.
came out. I mean, it was It was Dana White smashed it. I mean, it was great. But wow.
Talk about sucking the oxygen out of the room.
I heard people were walking out. I mean, come on. So yeah, Pastor, back to Grindr. Read that article I sent you.
All right. The title of it is Catholic Priest Outed for Using Grindr Sues Dating App for Allegedly Selling Data.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
I found this right before the show.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't think it was the app.
Well, let's let him read the article.
Okay.
So we get the details.
All right. A Wisconsin priest who was outed and lost his job for using Grindr is suing the queer dating app, alleging his data was sold without his knowledge or consent. Monsignor Jeffrey Burrill, who was the top administrator of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops until his resignation in 2021, claims Grindr failed to inform him that his data was being sold to vendors, thereby allowing people outside the app to know he was on it. The release of his data caused significant damage to his reputation. Well, how could that be? I mean, he was doing it. Burrell said in a lawsuit obtained by the Washington Post, especially given the vow of celibacy he'd taken as a priest and also the Catholic Church's long-held stance against homosexual sex. Burrell was forced out of his position with the church after the Christian news website The Pillar ran a story exposing him for visiting gay bars and using the dating app, reporting it had tracked down and verified his behavior using online data.
Why don't they get this rigorous with pedophiles?
I don't know. Apparently,
why is the gay thing so out of control for them? This is the line they draw. Oh, you're gay? Nah, we're not. Like, why don't they relocate them the same thing they do with the other guys? Just send them to another church.
The abuse that was caused through nuns. You know, like there are plenty of the fights.
My uncle got his nose broken by a nun. That's a great story. He dropped a metal garbage can in the middle of the class. He broke his fucking face right in front of everybody, right in front of the class. Yeah, crazy stuff. So
what type of nun was
so
she?
what do they mean that? So Grindr was selling the info, and how did the info get out though?
I don't think Grindr was selling that info. I think that he probably was maybe somebody, he was in locations as a priest and somebody wanted to fuck with him.
I mean, I never heard of Grindr. Like, I feel like we would have heard a big story of Grindr data.
That's what I'm saying.
Out.
That it's no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it because the stories that I've seen before and heard from people is that Grindr, like if you get caught out there, it's because somebody is like a bunch of fake people, accounts and stuff like that. People that just go on those accounts just to fuck with you and get your information. I mean, there's a whole thing where people find outing people entertaining, which is unnecessary. It's probably the lamest form of entertainment. I mean, but to each their own.
Yeah, I don't know if
there's a lot of DL guys that want to out other DLs.
Is he like coming to that conclusion on his own? Does he have proof
I think so.
Of that? Is there anything in the article that says anything about the leak, Pastor?
Let me see.
Because if it was leaked, it would be a larger leak than this.
Yeah, I feel like this would be what we were talking about with Ashley Madison, where the leak came out and everybody was outed for having engaging in infidelity. So I don't know if this is true.
This kind of, I mean, there's, I don't know. I think they're pointing to it because it seems like the most logical thing. It says the ex-priest alleged in his lawsuit the Pillar received that data from Catholic Laity and Clergy for Renewal, a Christian nonprofit that bought data from queer dating apps to track down church leaders.
Really? Wait, so Grindr
their vows.
So basically, another company, which is a Christian company, basically bought data from Grindr. So they did actually sell it, and this is because this happens all the time.
How could that be
And
true?
I'm
There's
surprised
no
they
way.
can like sell all the
You can sell,
data
you can buy
intact.
people data. I can buy your data.
Dude, they should go to jail for some shit like that. You can't be
There's no laws against it.
leaking stuff like that.
There's no laws protecting people's data.
Hell? That's a sensitive data as I can imagine. There's not much more sensitive data than somebody's
it says,
sexuality.
We want answers so we can use that as a warning to other Grindr users, said Gregory Helmer, an attorney for Burrell.
Yeah, all y'all on the DL.
I mean,
you better watch out.
All these priests that's out here giving their life to God. I mean, in my head when I was a child, I just assumed all the priests would just turn gay.
You think they would all be gay with each other?
I mean, that's what I thought in my child mind because
I've never thought
you're
that
going
as a child.
all these years not ever craving. I mean, there's no way. I never believed there was any possibility that a bunch of men can go that long without no action. Unless you was like that before it, I don't believe you would be like that during it.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this whole situation, Pastor? You are a pastor. You work in a sector where they are queer and they are accepted. Maybe you can extend the invitation.
Maybe you need to hire this gay priest.
I'm perhaps. I don't know. I'm really torn on the whole thing.
What is tearing you up inside? Tell us about it.
No. I mean, it's not tearing me. I mean, as soon as we're done with it, I'm going to forget about it. But I don't know. When you go on the internet, I mean, the assumption of privacy is for fools.
Well, the guy the guy's in his 40s, right? I mean, he probably has no idea of data leaks, and I mean, I would have never expected.
He's in his 40s,
right? He's an older dude, right?
40 is not that old.
Well,
that's definitely not that old, bro.
I mean, I'm 56. I mean, I've seen.
Yeah, but
I've seen every iteration of.
But you're in the mix,
technology from the beginning when it came to computers. I mean, this guy should at least
know about data leaks.
You're in the mix, though. I don't know if he.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at him. I would say maybe he's in his 50s or early 60s, but who knows?
Point is, I would have never expected Grindr to sell info to anybody and for them to use that info to track queers down. That's insane, and you better watch out. RNC, people in a DL everywhere in the world.
It seems to go against its brand.
Yeah.
If it's selling it to a Christian organization that's outing clergy.
Yeah. It really is going through his which, hey, for some competitive company out there, here's your chance.
Right? Yeah, this is a golden opportunity for somebody.
No one wants to fuck with the app that's gonna actually out you and sell your data to a third party.
If you see me looking at my phone, it's apologies to everybody watching. I was looking for the Kamala Harris clip that I've been looking for. I found it, so I will not be looking at my phone. I'm not being rude to you and these gentlemen. Yeah, absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. What are you supposed to say? Grindr's fucked up for that, for selling info. But it all comes down to the almighty dollar, you know? And they kicked the dude out.
Grindr absolutely makes enough money.
They kicked the dude out.
Absolutely
it's
makes
never
enough
enough.
money.
It's never enough. Never enough. Speaking of gay, I forgot to talk about this last time on the show.
Olympics being the gayest Olympics of history?
We could talk about that in a little while. But Pastor and I, along with my cousin, went to the gas station when I was in North Carolina, and we met a new friend when I was there. I forgot to bring this up when I talked about vacation. We go in there, we go in the gas station, bing, bing, and I get my coffee, I get my Coca-Cola, and we go to the counter, and the lady is leaning back. I mean, as cool as a cucumber, relaxed, and she goes, "Can I ask y'all a question?" And I'm like, "Sure." She goes, "Y'all not gonna take offense to this, right?" I'm like, "Nah, it takes a lot to offend me." All right, you sure? I'm like,
please
yeah.
hope this offended you.
She points at me. She goes, "You're the woman, right?" I was like, I thought she was trying to insinuate I was trans. So I was like, "No, I'm not a woman. I'm not trans." Like, no, I'm not. She's like, "Oh, I thought you were gay." I'm like, "No, I'm not. not gay, and I mistakenly said I've gotten that before. What I meant to say was I've gotten hit on by gay guys before, but I said I've gotten that before. She goes, "Oh, then it's for a reason. It's for a reason if you saying that." So, and then I start talking like, "What made you think I was gay?" She goes, she looks me up and down. She goes, "Look at you." I'm like, everybody, literally, I can't stand up right now because I'm not wearing pants, but I was wearing a black shirt, black pants, and like Jordans, right? Nothing would even insinuate gayness at all. So she goes, "Oh, I didn't even have the bun." Right?
I said that. You didn't have the buns.
No, this would have been great. Like, there's definitely times where I would have walked in and looked gayer, like looked 100% gayer. Like I could have came in with the I did have the pink hoodie,
Yeah. 2 buns in the side.
Yeah, another day I would have agreed. I was like, no, not today. I don't look gay today though. So she's like, "Look at you." And she goes, "You walking around with that Frankenstein shirt?" Because I had Frankenstein on my shirt. Like, since when is Frankenstein a queer icon? When is Frankenstein gay? I thought that was like Elvira or something.
When his daddy made him a new man.
Yeah, I
When he
never
made him
thought
a man,
Frankenstein.
not a baby.
I have never heard Frankenstein thrown in like, the gay icon contenders. She's like, "Look at you, got a Frankenstein shirt on." And then what else was she doing, Pasty? Because I had walked away to go to the bathroom. Well, when I walked with her to the bathroom, she's like, "I used to be gay. I used to be a lesbian." And I was like, "Well, how'd that go?" She's like, "It only lasted for a week. I like getting pounded out by dudes." I was like, "Okay, I'm ready to go to the bathroom."
She looked like a hillbilly.
And then
What type of?
yeah, she had she's like normal, like, country looking chick, older, probably in her 50s or 60s. Definitely engaging in some extracurricular activities at work, but more power to her. What was you? No, not crack. She was like on some kind of, maybe like a Xanax or
no.
Like a
I mean,
Klonopin.
if I had to put my money down on the roulette square, it would be on the meth square.
Oh, you think it was meth?
You would know.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. So what was your interaction with her when I walked away?
We just kept like small talk generally, but the best thing
it finally
was,
went to small talk because it didn't start that way.
Yeah, no, it went to small talk, and then she just stopped talking to us, and then your cousin had his back turned to the cash register, and she started talking to him again. So he's looking over his shoulder, and she touches his back, and she goes like this.
Like, "Shoo, get out of here."
Shoo. Yeah.
That's great. So who was the top and who was the bottom in her head?
She thought I was the bottom. She thought I was the woman. You're the woman,
damn,
right?
So you had a sugar daddy with you.
She was. I did. My cousin paid for my drink, so I guess he would be my sugar daddy in that sense. He did tell me, "I got you." So that would have been. That's probably also why she thought. She saw me not even pay. She's like, "He's a twink." Yeah, there's definitely times where I would have been like, "Yeah, I look gay today," but that was not it. That was that was not it. Hilarious though. I thought she was the best.
I didn't put no effort into it today.
No, she was so funny. freaking L, man. We got another crazy story coming out of China. Everybody knows mukbangers. Pastor, you know what a mukbanger is?
No.
A mukbanger is somebody who eats copious amounts of food on camera, and usually different varieties of such. You have classic legendary mukbangers like Nikocado Avocado and Trisha Paytas, who I've watched many times, and they're very fun to watch. I'm gonna do a Domino's / KFC / Panda Express mukbang, and they'll eat thousands of calories of food in a day. In China, there was a famous live streamer who was doing her mukbang on live and eating, I don't know, like how much food. I think it was a 10-hour mukbang? Let me see.
Damn.
I have the article right here. She was doing, a 10-hour food binge. Cake, chicken fingers, seafood. She's 24 years old. Pan Zitoing. I don't know how you say her name. I don't know. But she was eating 22 pounds of food. And eventually, on the stream, after a couple hours, her stomach ripped open and she died. Right on the stream. Imagine that. Imagine you're watching your favorite mukbanger and they just keel over and die right on the stream. How fucking crazy. I thought maybe your stomach bursting open was like a myth your mom would tell you. Like, oh, don't eat too many cupcakes. Your stomach's going to burst open. Well, it happened, but it's real. And apparently 22 pounds of food is the limit. Your shit's going to rip open like an asshole at the RNC, baby. Girl. It's getting crazy. Size. Wow. So, I mean, RIP, but what a sight for the followers, huh?
We could have done without that story.
Why? You're squeamish?
I don't know. For some reason, it just really hit me hard.
You talk about people getting nuclear bombed all day, and this is what got you? Get out of here.
Now you worried about seafood and chicken?
Come on. That's what freaking got you? Rest in peace.
He eats a lot himself. He's like, I love my food.
You afraid? No, you don't eat 22 pounds of food. Come on.
Not 22, man. If you start eating 22 pounds of fucking food, we need to help you.
Absolutely insane. But you know what has also been insane is the 2024 Paris Olympics, okay? We started to discuss the drama going on last week when we had EJ on the show when a Japanese gymnast captain who was 19 years old, smoked a cigarette, and got kicked out of the Olympics. Japan sent her back home because she was smoking underage, as if, an elite gymnast doesn't deserve a bogey once in a while. Like, come on, 19? Seriously, you can...
Hold up. You keep talking. I need to check something in Japan real quick.
What? The smoking limit is 19?
Yeah, the age in it.
But the smoking is 20. That's the other thing. It was a year under. Like, She's gonna bring home a gold medal. You can't let her slide. She can't have a couple bogeys.
Crazy because they had smoking in non-smoking areas. Well, that is crazy.
I mean, they had smoking, non-smoking area, but she wasn't supposed to be there because she was a underage for smoking. So that was the first story we talked about. Okay, but shit has been popping off left and right in Paris for the Olympics. The first thing that apparently happened, and Mo was talking this about me, was right before the Olympics, some chick got raped right by the Eiffel Tower, right? Like in front of mad people. Mm-hmm. Like in broad, I don't know if it was broad daylight, but right by the Eiffel Tower, a bunch of dudes just straight raped the chick. And you remember that, right? This happened.
Yes, this did happen. And it was a big thing. The management for the Olympics, they came out and they basically warned all the athletes and visitors to be on the watch and, be careful coming into it. It was a scary situation. And then it continued that athletes started getting robbed.
Yeah, athletes got robbed. That's the other thing. Another thing is the athletes show up. Now, listen, you're working your whole life, right? You're working your whole life. Mm-hmm. Let's say you're a swimmer. You're busting your ass. You're working hard. You go to France. It's your big week. And you walk into the room in the summer and they don't got AC for you because they want to go green. Go fuck yourself. How about that? I'm an elite athlete, bitch. I need some AC. I'm not just anybody. Okay? I need my cigarettes and I need my AC. What the hell? France is wilding out.
Now you know you're retarded.
Let these people get comfortable. They've been busting their ass since probably they were like 6 in whatever, sport they're doing. You don't even give these people some AC? Because they probably spent too much money on that opening ceremony, which we'll get to. They couldn't even afford the ACs. We'll talk about that illustrious, extravagant AC thing. Now, you talked about rape, right? Well, there's a big controversy at the Olympics as well because this guy, Steven Van D. Velde, who is what is he? He's in the Netherlands and he's volleyball for the Netherlands. And people are taking umbrage with him taking part in the volleyball because he had raped a 12-year-old when he was 19 and served time for that. And people are like, why do we have a child rapist involved in the Olympics? But you know what? Let's ban Russia from the Olympics, apparently, right? The Russia's banned for, they act like every Russian was just bombing the Ukrainians, apparently.
Talk about it.
So this guy, they just let him in. Oh, but don't worry. Don't hide the kids. Don't hide the wives because he's staying outside of the athletic area. He doesn't get to stay with everybody else. So he probably gets AC actually. So he probably got the best of it because he's not even staying with everybody.
He's a pedo with a good room.
Yeah, he's in the Westin.
This is what we call elite.
Come on, dude. Like, what the hell? The guy got ACs kicking his feet up.
He's probably yucking it up with all the members of the European Parliament.
Yeah, come on, dude. This
And,
guy
and you know what's great, Gritty? It gets even better because there was a fight that broke out during a soccer game.
Did they?
Between
was that?
Morocco. This happened literally.
I didn't hear about that. Stuff
So
is popping.
this whole thing where they actually had a riot crew come in during the game. I forget. I believe it was Morocco. Look it up real quick. To pass to one of you as well. I'll tell the story. But basically, two teams. I believe it was Morocco and I forget. What's the other country? But they were in this soccer game. They're playing, and something happens where the crowd gets rowdy. A whole thing happens, and the crowd starts throwing bottles and items from the stands. And
this happened at the Olympics?
This happened at the Olympics.
Wow.
And
Argentina
then
coach slams.
a riot gear group of guys came in to shut the game down and then let everybody out the stadium. And then they finished the game in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
Morocco, Argentina.
Yeah, there you go.
Olympic soccer gets off to a violent, chaotic start as Morocco fans rush the field. Absolutely. I didn't even hear about that. Wow, dude.
Gotcha.
And that's not even it. Since we're talking about soccer, the Canadian women's soccer coaches were banned. They were banned. They were barred from the Olympics, and 6 points were deducted. So now the Canadian soccer women's team are -6, I guess, because they were flying drones over one of the other country's soccer practices.
Yep.
Now, this doesn't surprise me that this was the women's soccer team because, they like to spy on, women like to spy. And all that shit, right?
Facebook.
But if you're going to spy, right, you think you'd not do it with a device that flies over everybody's head and goes, like, what are you going to do? They probably put the fucking Canadian flag on it. Like, how much more obvious can you be to fly a drone over? Like, are you freaking serious? Like, Captain Obvious?
Now you know you're retarded.
Really? So they're banned from that coach is banned for a couple years, and they got 6 points deducted. I mean, not stealthy, not sneaky at all, and you just screwed everybody.
Of course, it was a woman's idea.
Yeah, I mean, could we have the execution was way off. And my question is, right?
Has an idea. They do not think about the plan and the strategy.
My question is, how are there any Ukrainian men in the Olympics? Aren't they all fighting right now? Like, where are they getting them from?
I mean, I assumed it was all the children that was coming to the Olympics.
You think they put the children in?
I thought that's who were on the boat. I was like, well, it must be the children.
I'm like, how do they have any guys? I thought it was all hands on deck over there. I thought it was out of control. Right,
listen,
Pasty?
this is my theory. With we gave them players from multiple countries, Western countries, and they said, "Hey, we're going to help you."
You think that these are
team.
Ukrainians, but from other countries from our country?
Yeah, they just have.
They're not from the Ukraine.
Yeah, they just have passports.
Wow, I could see that. I could see that because I don't know how that's happening. That's good luck to them. So let's get into the big opening ceremony.
Wait, one more story.
Okay.
Arsonist.
So who got burned down?
About the arsonist?
No, I don't know about that.
So there are 4 stations in Paris that were supposed to take tourists to the stadium: northwest, southeast. 3 of the train stops got stopped by arsonists, but the 4th one, the south one, was actually stopped by cops.
Okay.
So they shut down. Basically, the 3 major ones, these arsonists, making tourists, basically like blocking tourists from traveling into the arena, the hotels and all that stuff like that, and just made mayhem. And that was not, it was more happening. Fights breaking throughout the city, fires happening. People got to remember, before we got to France.
Oh, they were already rioting, right?
This is a country that's already in protest. We just walked into a country who was already having problems.
Right.
Where the government was like, we got to do this. But the people was like, fuck the government.
Right.
So continue on. I just wanted to because they just been bugging
like,
out. It's been the most entertaining Olympics ever.
Yeah, this is like, I guess it sounds like they're doing like the Olympics, like if we did the Olympics in Minneapolis after George Floyd died. It was like not a good time to do the Olympics, I guess, in that
not
area,
a good time.
Right? Like, come on. I forgot that they were even rioting. Yeah, that's true. So let's talk. People got pissed off because they had a bunch of drag queens and I think trans people were doing like a Last Supper. The Olympics had to apologize for it because they imitated the Last Supper during the big opening ceremony, right? And drag queens, I don't care about drag queens, whatever. We almost went to a drag show when I was in the city, but the only thing I took umbrage with was that segment sucked. I don't care what you do with the drag queens. Make it good, okay? You need to be out there voguing, whatever. My man started singing, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? I know you guys were a big fan of the opening ceremony. That's the only part I watched because that's the only part I cared about. I was like, well, let's see what happened with this. And I thought that was absolutely atrocious. It could have been anybody, though. It just sounded terrible. It looked terrible. What did you guys think of the open ceremony and all the scandal?
You go first, Father.
Well, I did my last episode on the opening ceremony, and I admitted right from the beginning that I had watched it to hate it, and that I ended up liking it.
Wow, it was 3 hours, wasn't it?
I really enjoyed it too.
You watched all 3 hours, Carl?
Yes, I watched the entire ceremony.
Once I found out it was 3 hours,
everything, but I did watch the entire thing.
Well, I took notes.
All right.
First, what I'll say is that I've got to give the organizers, the planners, credit for doing something that I don't think anyone's ever done before. Is to feature the host city as the stage.
Yes.
Instead of having all the countries march in all together and then do the performance. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with doing it that way, but that's the way it's always done.
Typical. We've seen it already.
They tried something new, and I think they pulled it off.
They did. They did. Continue, because I'm getting hyped now.
I mean, what was kind of nice was that, all these different countries were on a different barge. And instead of walking into a stadium, they were floating down the Seine.
Yes.
And then Lady Gaga sang a song in French.
Amazing.
And it was
amazing.
It sounded like a French song, and it was. I liked it. I thought it was.
Celine Dion came out at the end. That was nice. Celine Dion came out at the end.
I cried at that part.
Was Celine Dion?
Because she's been going through a lot of health issues.
Oh yeah,
she's
great.
amazing. She's an artist. She's a vocal athlete.
What did she sing? Did she sing that song "Unbreak My Heart"? Say you love me again.
Do you remember the song she sung? I was so stuck in just her voice.
What song? Yeah. Didn't she sing
she was in that much pain and she was able to pull that much power.
Did she sing the
out
Titanic
of her body?
song? It's the only song I care about.
No, it wasn't the Titanic.
No, it wasn't.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
To watch a woman be in that much pain, she's in that much pain, and to pull out that level of the vocal range like that.
Wow. Inspiring.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
So one of the things that they did was they went into, this is important. This is an important part of it. All the while that this is going on, there was a person dressed in what looked like a revolutionary clothing.
They have Yankee Doodle?
It was black and white, and it had a hood, and the person was masked with like one of those screen masks that they use in fencing.
You look like an Assassin's Creed character, Gritty.
Wow. And who was the mystery guest?
And whoever it was free running on rooftops and through buildings and with the Olympic flame.
Wow.
Yes.
Incredible.
So everything that they're showing, they kept like bringing the camera back to this person jumping and going through the city with the.
And mind you, this was live.
Yeah.
No recordings, and this same runner is.
The coordination for this thing was
amazing,
spot on,
amazing. Like
technically, this thing was flawless.
And they didn't even rehearse this in the city. They may have rehearsed it in behind corners and all that in rooms, but they had to know what they were going to do when they got in, when that cameras rolled. And they like, we are not giving, a lot of people on the internet are not giving these people credit for how well organized this was. Even when he was jumping through the, like, even the way they advertised their advertisements, right? Louis Vuitton, all these companies.
You went through Louis Vuitton. You saw how one of their famous trunks was made.
Well, good thing Boeing didn't do anything. It would have crashed and killed everybody.
Oh my God, it would have crashed right into the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
It would have been a terrorist
So,
disaster.
how much more detail do you want?
Give us 2 more points.
And then the classic, in the mix of the modern and the classic.
I'll give you at least 3 more points.
All right, make it 3 more.
Because of what he just said. There was, let me go right to her. What was her name again?
Snoop Dogg was there.
Was it the black woman that performed that song?
Yeah, Aya Nakamura.
Yo, she was so good. I don't know who this woman is.
Well, we'll talk about the blend of the traditional and the modern. They had the French Republican Orchestra playing this anthem, this very traditional anthem. They were in very traditional uniforms, playing traditional instruments, and then she was coming from the other direction. She's dressed in gold. Her backup singers are dressed in gold, and the dancers, and they meshed together. And when they came together, this traditional orchestra that's been around since the Revolution, this is tradition, thing. Right?
Yes.
They're playing the music that she's singing. And I thought that this is a fusion.
Yes.
That's right.
Because
the same thing.
Aya Nakamura has charisma oozing
out of her pores.
She's very charismatic.
Right. She was the Beyonce of France.
It's hard for me to watch somebody like I watched her when I don't understand the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And she had my attention 100%.
Wonderful.
The other thing I want to point out was all the windows with Marie Antoinette.
Mm-hmm.
There's all these Marie Antoinettes in red dress, and she was holding her own head, which I kind of thought was funny, seeing that France is run by the biggest neoliberal in the world. I might have been more amused with a depiction of maybe Marie Antoinette holding her head with a Macron holding his own head.
Yeah, that would have been great.
But I'm not advocating violence against Macron.
Of course not.
It's just an artistic expression.
But the French people are advocating against violence against him.
Okay. And I'll give you one more point. The person that was running with the torch brought it to the Eiffel Tower. Mm-hmm. And at that point, that's where they raised the Olympic flag. But the torch had to make its way somewhere else. I don't know how far it was. Mm-hmm. So at that point, the person that was running through the city no longer has it. It was handed to Rafael Nadal.
Yes.
Who is one of the best tennis players in the world. And this is his last go round competing in tennis in the Olympics. They put him on a boat with Serena Williams, Carl Lewis,
no, it's not Carl. Yeah,
and Nadia Comaneci.
Wow. Yes, there you go.
All my favorites, all my favorite athletes. I love those people.
But I mean, I grew up knowing who these people were, and I forgot what they call Carl Lewis. They call
him that dude.
No, he's shoot. I thought I wrote it down because it was simply Nadal.
Mm-hmm.
I think they called him the athlete of the century or something like that.
Wow, I agree.
And then it was Serena Williams, and then Nadia Comaneci is the only woman in gymnastics to ever achieve a perfect 10.
Beautiful.
Oof.
Was Selena
I gotta
Gomez
watch the
there?
old stuff.
What's that?
Was Selena Gomez in
Gomez.
attendance?
Well, if she did, she didn't get herself on camera.
I don't want to see it. Then I don't care. Wow, I'm glad you guys love that. I'm glad to hear that. My other girlfriend, Selma Hayek, was there, so glad to see that. And Snoop Dogg was there. He's there for everything.
Snoop Dogg was there.
Where,
Kevin Hardy's gonna be there with this dude from
Where is Snoop
this other
Dogg
kid.
not? Where is Snoop Dogg not? So we will be watching the sports. I will be watching the golf. I will probably be watching the wrestling. That's probably going to be it. Pastor, are you going to be keeping track?
I doubt it.
Crow?
I did want to watch more this year. I don't normally watch a lot,
Right.
but it's just the way the schedule's been going. I mean, I'll try to watch if I can.
We're going to get your dad on. Your dad
I'll
watches
say just watch
everything.
a lot of the finals. Just watch the finals. You'll be fine with
Pastor's
that.
dad's going to be up 20. He watches every sport, so Pastor dad's like not even going to sleep. He's going to
Well,
be
we were
every
watching
single sport.
the gymnastics tonight.
Wow.
Yes.
Simone Biles?
And the U.S. is really dominating.
Got that
Of course.
Simone Biles
Is
is
this
a
the
dom.
women or the men?
This is the men.
Oh, this was the men one? Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Simone Biles is a dom. She's dominant.
She is a dom. She is the
Crow,
dom.
you going to be watching gymnastics?
Of course, I will be watching gymnastics, as you already know. I will be watching skateboarding. I've already started watching that. I've also been watching the divers and the swimmers doing their thing. Australia versus the USA right now. We got a rivalry between the women, and it's up. It's bumping right now. Japan already have 2 gold medalists in skateboarding. So girls, do better.
Do better.
So we're waiting. I gotta go back and see the
Wagging
men's
his
first.
finger.
I love the meme that's going around now where it's like me watching the Olympics and then it's like me saying like what an idiot or like what a loser, like because somebody messed up in the picture of me. The guy is like a fat dude on the couch with chips on his, like, you know, criticizing the athlete, like, oh, what a loser, you messed up on that, like what I would have never done that. That's Crow right now. My man can't
No,
even
that's
do, my man
definitely
can't
not me.
even do
I'm
an
just one of my
ollie.
USA team to be always winners. I love Japan,
Right.
but not during the Olympics.
Crow and I were talking about why they don't have chess in the Olympics, and apparently they did at one point, right?
I believe, yes, they do recognize chess as a sport, but because it's not a physical sport.
I think they had stopped
involving the
playing
They
it
basically
in the
never allowed
Olympics,
it,
which I don't think is right.
They did vote on video games
In the Olympics?
for the Olympics. Now, I saw a TikTok, and I have to confirm this, but I did see them having a room of people, and they say, are we voting on video games entering the Olympics?
But I thought they were going to do their own esports Olympic thing.
I think that's exactly what they're going to do,
Okay.
but I think it's still going to be under the Olympic umbrella,
right.
like the Paralympics.
Well, I'm not watching that.
No,
I thought
no,
chess
I'm
should
not
be
even
involved. I
watching
think chess is very, very hard. I would kind of consider it a
hard.
sport. I would see it as kind of sporty. I mean, you're not really
It's very sporty.
doing. You work in your mind. You work in your mind. It's not like you're doing Sudoku or something like that. You know,
That's
you're,
a muscle, baby.
You're competitive. You're being, but they might be there all damn day, right? Those chess masters can go.
Oh
Wow.
no, you are not allowed. They got a time
You
on
got that
that, baby.
timer,
You only
right?
got a certain amount
True.
of you only got a certain amount of time to make a move.
We also wondered why cheerleading was not in the Olympics because I mean it's they go pretty high with the cheerleading. They go to college and they do the competitive cheerleading. What is that called? The one that the cheer people do in Daytona. Nationals
we
or
were
some
just
shit.
talking about this.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't do cheerleading because cheerleading is pretty crazy. It's pretty involved.
It
It's very athletic.
Very.
When you watch the cheer documentary, not like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleading, but when you watch the competitive cheerleading is the word I was looking for. When you watch competitive cheerleading, it's very athletic, it's very involved, and it's very, very difficult. So I would watch that. I think that would be great to
Hell
see
yeah.
every country do a routine
country having a tournament
with their
between
own
cheerleaders.
traditional music. Would be nice,
Facts.
right? The Japanese, they got their own music. The Indians, they got their
Yep.
own music. They all got to do a routine. I am voting for that. I think we need to petition to get cheerleading in. I also thought that we should get baristas in the Olympics because it came back to me when I was thinking about this. I watched a documentary called Barista, right? I didn't know there was such a
I think you're
culture.
bringing this too far.
Yeah, I know I'm not. You never seen the
But
documentary.
just listen.
You've never seen.
He might have a point.
You've
He might
never
have a
seen
point.
the documentary. These
He might
people
have a
put their
point. Hold on.
lives on the
Let
line.
him cook. Let him
These
cook.
people, let me tell you, I didn't know how.
Because the foam is under pressure.
I did not know how involved and how difficult being a barista was. We're not talking about just, making a macchiato at Starbucks. They have competitive barista competitions, and these people are losing their minds. They're sweating. Oh my God, the milk has to be, to this degree Fahrenheit. If it's one little under, this is gonna be it. I mean, they're flying out, Arabian Coke.
Sounds like an episode of Chopped.
It's like that, but even more strenuous. It's even more difficult. They're flying out beans from Costa Rica, and they're mixing it with Colombian beans, and they're getting their mother's breast milk, and they're using that. I mean, they're pulling out all the stops, and they got they got a time limit. And I mean, these people, you got to see the tension on their face when the judges are drinking their lattes, bro. They're ready to,
barista Iron Chef.
They should do the baristas. I agree with that, but also at the Olympics. Imagine how fun that would be. Their native coffees. That'd be nice. I also thought that we should do a sweatshop competition. I think, India and China will definitely sweep, but we can catch up, right?
We can some Americans.
Yeah, we can get our kids to work. We'll have who can make it the iPhone quicker, who can make a Jordan and a Nike quicker. I'd watch that. You set up the cameras all over the warehouse. You have the Chinese kids. You have the Japanese kids.
That's what I'm for.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's happening anyway.
Would be a good statement.
Let's, at least let the kids go home with some gold on. They can go sell it. They can go sell it.
$900.
Make some fucking money. Yeah, they never seen them $900 before. We'd have to really get our kids in shape though, because they can't even do anything. They don't even do gym class in America. So
the Chinese kids are gonna have the perfect sew technique. I mean, the way they just slide the laces in and get it perfectly in there.
Yeah, they're gonna be killing us. It's gonna take American kids a long time to catch up to the sweatshops that overseas. So we could do that. Corona also thought about scamming. Another one that India's probably gonna sweep. India and Africa will sweep that one. India and Africa,
I think
the Nigerian princes will be. I got one today,
yep.
Dude. I dead ass got a text today. Look at this shit.
Did you say scamming?
Yeah, hello,
Olympic.
I'm a Nigerian prince.
So who's going to be the judge? Pierogi?
Maybe whoever.
Well, Biden has a thing. If it works on our elderly people, you gotta call an elderly person in your home country and you gotta scam them.
This is the message. I got a text. It says, "Hello, I'm Chang.
Or another country.
I'm Chang Charlie from Oregon, age 46. I recently won $420 million, the Powerball lottery, on April 29, 2024. As part of the Mega Bonus program, I've chosen to donate $70,000 to 100 random selected people. Your number was selected. Kindly text this number." I got this scam today. I'd never seen this one. I've never seen the lottery. I've seen I'm a Nigerian prince. If you send me $100, I'll send you back $1 million. So I think we should do that. India and Africa will, they'll be gold and silver. They'll be duking it out. I don't know who will be third. I don't know who's getting bronze on that one. Who get you?
Oh no!
You watch
the
scamming videos.
Out here.
You watch the scamming videos, Pastor. Who's getting silver? Who's getting bronze? You think on that one? You watch those scamming videos. Hello, Earth to
Are you
Dick.
talking to me?
No, the other Rich.
Yeah, the other dick.
I didn't hear you say my name.
Yes, say my name.
Who would get third place?
Who would get the bronze in scamming overseas? Or definitely not going to be us. I mean, it could be.
I'm going to point to some place like Laos.
I never heard of that. Wow. Is that like in Yugoslavia or something like that?
No, it's near Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, guys. I think we're sleeping on the young black community in America. They've been scamming really well in the last 10 years.
We're not talking about scamming credit cards.
They don't have the reach.
We're not talking about scamming credit cards. We're talking about calling and, emailing.
Yeah. I mean, what was the
not
last
the same
time?
scamming. We're talking about traditional, not like lifting card numbers.
When have you received a scam phone call with an African American voice?
Yeah, come on.
Never.
American voice.
I've never.
No.
We
have enough.
That's another one will be low in the ranking right there.
Yeah,
another one we thought
right.
would be pretty good is killing. But hear us out. Don't get crazy yet. Okay? This could work for everybody involved. Okay? So we set up something like the most dangerous game, right? And this is what I think. I think we should take over Epstein's Island. All right? Let's make good use of this island now. Okay? We set up courses, right? And each country gets like one or two people, because the Olympics work with rankings, right? Because I was reading it for golf, and you can whoever the world ranking is, you can get 4 people on in the Olympics. I think that's how it's working for golf this year. So like whatever the world ranking is, right? If there's 4 people from America or 5 people from America, 4 people could go to the Olympics. So you can get 4 people in the world ranking. So that's how we'll do it for this, right? So, the Japanese guy will get his course, and he has a couple hours, and we will release somebody that Japan deems for the death penalty, that they deem enough to kill. And the Japanese guy or the African guy, the American guy, we tribute one of our death row inmates, and we see how long it takes for them to get killed. And if the death row inmate accidentally, somehow escapes or kills them, just let him go. It's pretty reasonable, no? Or we could just recycle.
I think that's reasonable.
We could just recycle.
I'm not for this.
You're telling me this won't be top-notch television?
It might be good television.
All right, let's take out.
We did it like a 500 years ago.
I'm opposed to the death penalty.
Let's take out the prisoner being able to kill the athlete. I don't think we should do that. I take that back. Let's not do that.
The athlete
now that's barbaric.
They have the bow, the
that's
arrow,
barbaric.
The sword.
Oh yeah, that's what we also said. There's no guns. There's the most extreme thing you get, or the most advanced thing you can get, is like a bow and arrow. That's something that takes a little skill. You can't get a gun. You got to do close quarters, or you get a bow and arrow, something advanced like that, something technical. I think this will work. I think everybody will be. We get to watch something good. The Olympians, they get to get some frustration out because they can't even smoke. They don't even want them to fuck. So it's like that's all they want to do at the Olympics is fuck each other. So I don't know, but I think there's some. Let's bring them to the Olympic Committee and see what they think of our ideas. Okay. So you guys. Oh no! Before that, I want to play this clip of Kamala and what she said.
Oh wait! Before you go on to that, if you don't mind, I have a video to share.
Sure.
Oh goodness.
This is a video that is entitled "They're already working on the closing ceremony in Paris."
Okay, let's see this.
Oh God.
I can't wait for this.
Oh, the sharing is disabled.
Oh, that's terrible. All right, now on to Kamala Harris.
Moving on.
This is what. So Kamala Harris was. I don't know if she was being interviewed or something like that, but this is what she had to say about her cooking collard greens. I think it is. Listen to this.
What the fuck?
Pastor, you know about collard greens and shit like that.
Yeah, I actually have a question for Mo.
Oh God, you don't like.
All right, everybody, shut up! Play the fucking clip.
So I know how to make a mean pot of greens. In fact, people used to ask me to make greens for them for Christmas. One year, I had so many that I had to wash that we ended up washing them in the bathtub.
She had so many greens to wash.
The story just sounds fake.
She had so many greens to wash one year. She washed them in the bathtub. What?
You ain't that black.
She's not fooling around.
This is what my friends would say. Like, I have friends that say you just can't eat from everybody's house. You cannot eat from everybody's house. Now I got your shit
That's
particles on my collard greens. That is something that you should have never let out there to the world. Everybody that has ever eaten at your house is vomiting right now.
That was not real.
Mo is reflecting like what my instincts were saying.
That is not real.
Like, no, it's absolutely not real.
It
was more disrespectful to the black culture than anything else.
A politician lying?
Community for 17 years, and I just calling BS on that story.
So she's lying out her ass, bro.
A politician lying?
I can't believe that. Had for you, Mo, is would you eat a pot of Kamala's greens?
Not now.
Hell fucking no. Fucking no. First of all, she's not even making it. Her maid is making it. Maybe the actual Caribbean woman she hired. The most that woman would probably do is go somewhere and just buy the damn collard greens. There's no way you're making collard greens.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I'm sorry. I'm not saying her white husband can't like collard greens. I'm just saying, with all the money you both have, I'm pretty sure you don't even have the time to make your white husband collard greens. I'm just saying. So unless it's back in the day when you was hoeing out, I don't know how you made collard greens.
What's wrong with them making collard? Collard greens are good.
Collard greens, you're missing the point. She didn't make no fucking collard greens.
No, I don't probably not. She said back in the day. Maybe she was young. Young Kamala.
Back in the see every what the
Young Kamala. Her and Biden love the back in the day
Whatever.
stories. They love
back in the day. Once people reach 50, they always go back in the day.
Well, these two, they're two peas in a pod. He's always talking about he was eating ice cream with his grandpa, and he saw two guys kissing. And first of all, he wasn't even for gay marriage. I remember him saying that in, what was it, the first time him and Obama ran? He wasn't even for gay marriage, and now all of a sudden he saw two guys making out, and he was cool with that. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure. All right, so you guys saw the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. This is highly, highly anticipated. I didn't see it yet, but I went on the boot. I got a bootleg of it, and I mean, this thing is so anticipated that when I turned the bootleg on, it was all the crowd cheering. Like as soon as I turned, yeah, everybody was freaking out. So, Pastor, you kicked this off. What did you think of Wolverine and Deadpool with no big spoilers?
Say the right fucking thing.
So I like the movie. But let me just put it this way. Boy Kills World is like 3 times better in my mind.
Wow.
But I like the movie, and if I was more knowledgeable about the universe, that I think I would have enjoyed it all the more, because I know there was things that were coming at me on the screen that I'm like, you have to know what that is. And then especially when people would cheer, I knew it was something that was really exciting the crowd. And yeah, I mean, for the movie on face value, I thought it was good. And I really didn't know a lot about Deadpool. And the character is a funny a-hole.
Will you watch any of the Deadpool movies after this? Because there's 3 of them.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Yeah, watch the first 2.
Crow?
Fantastic movie. Obviously, fantastic movie. It feels so good to have somebody, just to have the Disney name, but obviously not the Disney writers. It feels fucking good. This feels like a proper Marvel movie. This feels like what we've been begging for the last 6 years. All right? This was so good. Ryan Reynolds did an amazing job. You can tell. I want more of the actors and actresses to actually come in and speak up for their characters and make sure that their characters are done right, because he did his character right, and how he used Disney's access to the Marvel characters and library to bring in characters. I can't spoil it, but there are a lot of great characters. Some that we saw back in the day come back. Some new ones that we never got before, but we wanted, that would have been easy to put into in Marvel movies. We got some of them. It was a simple, straight to the point script that had all this material, all this content. Ryan Reynolds kept breaking the fourth wall with as Deadpool, and just kept delivering these Fox jokes back to back to back, and just how even making fun of Disney the whole entire movie. He did not let on. Everything we said as a fan, they talked about it right in the movie. Right in the movie.
I have the end of this article here from the New York Times to share, and it says some of the things that you just said, Mo, and I just want to get your reaction to it.
Let's go.
It says, I can tell you about what happens in Deadpool and Wolverine. Its many twists and turns, its various themes and villains, but that would not really explain it. Deadpool and Wolverine is a Deadpool movie, which means it's rude and irreverent, funny and disgusting, weird and a little sweet. Reynolds and Jackman are fun to watch, in part because their on-screen characters contrast so violently with their nice guy personas off-screen. So much of what the MCU offers feels churned out of the same factory, which makes anything with a distinct personality feel like a relief. But in the end, Deadpool and Wolverine is a movie about corporate mergers, about intellectual property, about the ways that the business of Hollywood battles the creative process. It is a film about how anything that was ever successful in Hollywood is made to repeat that same song and dance endlessly, how a bloated and risk-adverse industry can't let well enough alone, how nobody is ever really dead anymore, how the world is always ending, but the story is never allowed to finish. Deadpool and Wolverine devilishly play this, of course. It is watchable because it is self-reflective. But now that the jabs are coming from inside the house, it hits different. On the one hand, Disney's so stupid. On the other hand, Disney paid for this movie and we pay them to watch it. This business makes suckers of us all.
I 100% agree with what that man said. That was well written. I think he really understood. He did not take away from the movie, but he understands the whole mechanics of it. And, you know, in this movie, if Disney does anything right, they will fire all the people that they hire for some diversity bullshit. Get rid of them. And let's get back to writing good shit, right? If you want a gay character, if he's not gay, he don't need to be gay. But if he's gay, put him in there. If he's already gay, put him in there. I don't care. You know, but like to force things and subjects that we don't care about, we want comic book stories, period. That's all we wanted. And Ryan Reynolds and Jackman gave this amazing performance to know that they are best friends in real life and that you saw that friendship on screen. That was so fun.
So what is Deadpool's sexuality?
He is a Deadpool. I mean, he's straight, but he also will just be retarded for no reason.
Because he was saying a lot of sexual things about the men.
Okay, so that's an inside joke. That's because everybody calls Disney gay now.
Okay.
So a lot of that was taking nudges of like basically like, you know, Disney's always making, you know, these gay things and then like, oh, everything has got to be a man and sexy and he can't be in a costume and just look like a superhero. He got to look hot and bothered. That's why at that one point when Jackman's shirt comes on, everybody's like, oh, like it was so wonderful. It was just like, but the whole time he's in costume.
Okay.
Right? He's just playing the character that he's meant to play, the comic book character, not the sexualized character Disney wants everybody to see all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that he's just making fun of Disney's like bad decisions the entire movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Pastor, give it a rating out of 5.
I won't go any lower than a 4.
Crow, give it a rating out of 5.
I'm going to get 4.5. It's going to go higher once I rewatch.
You claim it's going to go higher on the second watch. Why do you think so?
Yeah, I might even go higher for me on the second watch.
Wow.
Because I missed some stuff.
Ah, okay.
I missed some stuff.
Yeah, there's
unintentionally. It was just
a lot of stuff in that
copy
movie
I watched.
Yeah.
Wow. Very glad that you guys got this movie. And I mean, the MCU fans, it seems like this was a long time coming. Everybody was very excited about this. So I always like to see people happy and enjoying their their lore and enjoying their franchises. And I'm glad that they weren't meddling in and Deadpool wasn't trans this time and Wolverine wasn't, whatever.
And I thought that the music choices were really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, the music choice in all the Deadpool movies are great.
Super
if you
fun.
like that, this one was the best soundtrack, but this was perfect.
Super fun.
I wanted to know, because they're both from Canada, are any of those artists from Canada as well?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Because Ryan Reynolds was definitely defending Canada.
Who knows? Well, there you go. There you have it.
Pastor, he's the music head.
Check out the new Deadpool movie. Let us know what you think, and let us know in the comment section if you're following any of these sports in the Olympics. We should be following the sports, so we may or may not discuss what we think about what's going on. The Olympics goes until August 6th, right? Something like that.
That
Something like
sounds
that.
about right.
First week of August, it should be over. Whatever. So we'll probably. Is it the 6th? Maybe it's like the 15th. Let me see. I don't think it's the 6th actually. 'Cause I think the girls golf is like on the 7th. Oh, there goes the crow. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
He just sent me a text.
Let's see. Olympics.
He just disconnected me, it says.
August 11th. I did not disconnect him. He's a freaking liar. August 11th is the end of the Olympics, so make sure you go and check it out. Peace and love. See you next time.